Spartan Stadium has always been a super center for college football. At its peak, the stadium held 80,401 adoring fans, students, and supporters. However, with the spread of COVID-19, all of this has turned into just a memory.
Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
Beginning tonight with that breaking news on the coronavirus outbreak, Governor Gretchen Whitmer declaring a state of emergency in Michigan after announcing there are now the 2 first confirmed cases of the virus in our state.
After the sudden emergence of COVID-19 in Michigan on March 10, 2020, cases only rose from there. After this point, Michigan became one of the leading states in the U.S. for coronavirus cases. This, in turn, shut down schools, colleges, restaurants, workplaces, and much more across the country and the nation.
Not only did COVID affect the closure of buildings, it also impacted the ability of athletes to play the sports they've worked so hard to compete in. On August 11th, the Big Ten, among other sports organizations, decided to cancel their fall season with hopes of playing again in the spring of 2021. This news was devastating to fans, students, alumni, and especially athletes.
This crisis brings with it many important questions. How does a lack of income due to COVID-19 affect the sports program at the university, and how does this affect the customs on campus through material culture? How has support for college sports increased, decreased, or stayed the same over this time? So what about playing sports on campus? And then do you have any personal stories there?
Yeah, so playing sports with, there were a lot of IM sports available when I was there, but nothing like what's available now. It's crazy that you can play underwater hockey and things like that. Although they did have things like water polo on inner tubes, which I played, and that was really fun. But I became involved with Ultimate Frisbee when I started playing there. And so I joined the club team for Ultimate Frisbee, and then I continued to play for years and years afterwards. And it was a great bonding experience and a great thing to do to keep me in shape and get me in shape and make friends. And some of those friends are my best friends to this day.
Due to COVID-19, many of these opportunities are unavailable to student athletes. The camaraderie between teammates, the option to exercise while doing something fun, and the lifelong relationships are simply not able to develop as they were before.
Can you tell us about material culture surrounding athletics while you were on campus?
Well, the biggest difference is that everything for you guys, fortunately, is all electronic. But when we bought tickets to anything, we actually had to physically go get tickets, and then you had to have tickets in hand. And if you lost them, that was a big deal because it was not easy to replace a ticket. So electronics probably are the biggest difference between then and now.
And what about fan gear?
It hasn't been much of a change because everything is online now. Back when I was in school, you had to go into stores and buy, look at a newspaper or something. You didn't to get a sense of sales and things that were going on. Now it is so easy. You can just go online and you can get whatever you want. So COVID hasn't changed that.
So how has your experience with sports changed because of the pandemic?
Well, now we obviously have to wear masks, and we can't all be together when we lift and stuff, so they have to break us into groups, and it's just hard because we all the freshmen don't really know anyone because we can't do anything outside of soccer. So it's just different, but yeah.
And then do you have any personal stories or examples that you want to talk about that kind of exemplify how things have been lately because of COVID?
Yeah, so we got here for first 2 weeks. We were here for 2 weeks. Then we were all exposed to COVID. We had to quarantine for 2 weeks. None of us got it. And then literally probably 3 weeks ago, one of the freshmen got it. So we all got sent home again for 2 weeks, and then I got it. And then, so just every time, I don't know. We've had to quarantine 3 times.
Tell us about the material culture of MSU soccer. Do you get a lot of team gear?
Yeah, we do. We have gotten a lot, actually.
That's
It's
awesome.
so nice. That's like all I wear.
And stuff.
Yeah.
Did you get shoes?
Mhm.
Ah,
You want me to show you them?
yeah.
Actually, let me see. They're literally destroyed. So I have to wash them, but these are them. Yeah, no, they're great. I love them.
So one thing that's really cool that unfortunately you guys haven't even got to experience yet is game days, especially for football and basketball, is that everyone is a family. It's just one big family unit, and it's such a vibrant, exciting atmosphere, and so cool to be a part of. And it's almost more special looking back and reflecting on it now. But it's just an incredible environment to be a part of that.
What was your reaction when you saw the news that the Big Ten presidents had voted to postpone the football season?
I guess we're not shocked, right? I mean, we've been hearing about it for the last couple days. Disappointed. You know, you really feel bad for so many players, so many coaches. You know, they're heartbroken. They wanted an opportunity to go out there and play. But at the same time, and they'll have a press conference here shortly, and they'll be able to break down exactly what happened with the doctors and the protocols and everything that went into this. But I think right now, like a lot of college football fans, just kind of devastated by the news that it's a reality now. Well, there won't be any college football as far as the Big Ten, and it sounds like eventually the Pac-12 for now.
As this graph shows, the impact of COVID-19 on football has caused massive financial loss to all Big Ten schools, but some more than others. While Michigan State's losses may seem small in comparison to other schools, like Ohio State, $60 million is still an exorbitant amount for any organization to lose, especially in a single season. This is especially alarming when it is taken into account that this graph only shows monetary loss for ticket sales.
By looking at this complex social issue through a variety of lenses, it has become evident that COVID-19 has undoubtedly changed college football. The lack of income has been greatly detrimental to the future of many programs. However, it seems as if these athletes and their sport have received an increase in support during this difficult time.
The material culture on campus, even in the face of COVID, has for the most part stayed the same. Fans are still buying fan gear, and athletes are still receiving team gear. This ability to maintain material culture, even when the world is shut down, is especially due to modern society and the technical advancements the world has made.